Here's a test tile that I created in Mudbox. The size of the plane is the same size as the plane we were using last week. The main difference is inside of Unity. The one last week, I was basically scaling it by 100 over the X, Y, and Z axis. This one is only scaled 25 times. The tile itself, the geometry, this one has 6,500 vertices. The one we were using last weekend had 27,000 or close, like 26,000 something vertices. So this is a lot less. Right now I've got one diffuse map and one normal map. They're both 1K. They're both compressed right now, and they were both originally PNG files. So if you look at the screen itself, let me recenter on a guy. Looks pretty good. If we look at the texture detail, we can see the normal being applied because this is all smooth. There's like nothing underneath. It's all like totally smooth. So if I turn around and go there, you can see that at this angle, the normal map here looks pretty good, except, it's actually totally flat. Same thing with the crevices everywhere. So like here, if I jump down, this is all flat there. Actually, it's part of the normal map. If I go close to the mountain, being careful not to crash. Ooh, hold on. Try to make it up this insanely, stupidly steep hill. There you go. And if I move a little bit. Okay, hopefully I can stay here. So if you look at the texture, it looks pretty good, from close up. A little bit too dark here on this side, but you can see the effect of the normal map. Looks kind of nice. I did a test with like the next step up, which is if I subdivide it to the 25,000 and use the normal map for that, then in areas like here you see the normal map better. But I think this works pretty good. If you start, once I textured the stuff better, this took me like just a few minutes to do, just painting stuff everywhere. And if we add like other geometry like objects and rocks and different stuff, I think it would look good. Over there, that's the only part that's kind of sketchy, but that's because, let me go back to that spot. If you look at this spot here, it looks pretty good. Like over here, I think it's kind of working. This Camtasia is kind of stuttering, which is pretty annoying. Oh crap, I just crashed. Well, didn't crash, I fell. Let me stop Unity. Actually, I don't know where the Camtasia window is. It's somewhere around here. Let me start this. Okay. So the only part that's kind of weird looking is this, since, it's totally flat. From this angle, like I said, this looks fine. But as soon as you get too far from it like this, then it just doesn't look good. But I think if we had like geometry like rocks and stuff that the player could not pass over, we need some kind of AI for the enemies so they would be able to go around those things. But I think then, we could probably get away with having a flat plane with nothing. Now on the other end, if I went in and put in some slight bumps here, just like elevated from this area, like made like a nice smooth bump, same thing here, then I think this would probably look fine. It's just right now it's totally flat, and the reason it's that way is, hold on, let me turn again. Over there, I actually modeled the terrain, then I added, after I had the terrain, I sculpted more of it. Whereas here, I did this once everything was done. After the fact, I basically added this stuff. So what I could have done is basically slightly model the terrain here, then add this texture on top of it. But anyway, so, you know, from this distance, I think this looks like totally fine. Again, given my limited painting skills, you know, I think, you know, if we had somebody who was really skilled at drawing, I think this stuff would look like totally fine. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed watching the video, and let me know what you think.